Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.
Half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey, what's the matter with the bright red lights? Hey, in the moment when the world went blind.
Hello and welcome to day 4 of the British Swimmer Championships 2023. We're live from Ponds Forge International Sports Centre here in Sheffield. Once again, this is the midway point. I am Liz Johnson. I will be taking you through this morning's action. Well, all day really, but we'll be back. There is a lot of action today. We'll be starting with these first set of heats. Day 4 heats start at 8:30. We're kicking off with the multi-class 100 metres freestyle for both women and men. Then we'll see the women's 200 metres butterfly, the men's 100 metres freestyle, then more multi-class events in the women's and men's 100 metres breaststroke. Before we move on to the women's 50 metres freestyle, the men's 400 metres individual medley, and then finishing off with the men's multi-class 50 metres breaststroke. There'll be a short break before we're back at 12:30 for the women's 4x100 metre freestyle teams, and then at 2 o'clock more action in the relays of men's 4x200 metres freestyle teams. That will be heat declared winner. Our officials just making their way onto poolside, and we will get the action underway very shortly. First up, there will be 2 heats of the women's multi-class 100 metres freestyle. Our first event of the morning is the women's multi-class 100 metres freestyle. There are 2 heats of this one, and this will be heat number 1. Here is your start list. There are 8 swimmers in this heat, and then 10 in heat number 2. A range of classifications in this one, and all athletes will be racing against their respective world records to score points, and it's the points that will be ranked to get them a place in that final this evening. In lane 1, Isabella Haynes goes to swim Bournemouth. In 2, it's Ella Letton-Jones of swim Gwynedd. In 3, Eva French of Nuneaton and Bedworth. In 4, Amber Haycock of Northampton. In 5, Megan Willis, Torvine Dolphins. In 6, Stephanie Booth, Borough of Kirklees. In 7, E.B. Lambert, Borough of Kirklees. And in lane 8, it's Abigail Wickens of Flitwick Dolphins. And we can see as we approach the turn, it is the centre lanes that lead the way, but that is because they are in the higher classification groups. Swimmers in lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, all in a direct race with each other. You can see them there. Just at the top of your shot is Willis. Leading the way at the moment it is Haycock of Northampton. And just then at your bottom of your shot, it's French of Nuneaton. They're all in the S10 category. The world record for that one is 58.14. So it's quick from Aurélie Rivard. But Haycock is winning the battle of the S10s at the moment. She comes into touch in a time of 106.13, followed by Eva French 108.39, then Willis 108.97, 111.76 for Letton Jones, 111.84 for Evie Lambert, Abigail Wickens 119.07 and 112.61 for Stephanie Booth. So they are now ranked on points. 679 points takes that first heat for Haycock. 4 swimmers going above the 600 point mark. There is your start list for women's multi-class 100 meters freestyle, heat 2. Once again, lane 0, Charlotte Hyde of Enfield. In 1, it's Fallon Cooney of the City of Manchester. In 2, Connie Rately, Colchester. In 3, Astrid Carroll, Borough of Kirklees. Kellyanne Warrington goes for Tonbridge. In 4, Abby Kane goes for Stirling. In 5, Rebecca Lewis of the Rhondda and Taff. In 6, Brooklyn Hale of Cockermouth. In 7, Eliza Humphrey of Northampton. In 8, and Fern Snedden is in lane 9 for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. And once again, we have an S10 at the front of the field as Warrington goes over first, 31.37 for her. She's followed by Abby Kane in the S13 classification and Astrid Carroll in the S12 classification. S12, 11, 12 and 13 for visually impaired athletes. But at the front of the field is Warrington. But there's a race on all over the pool for this one, remember, because it's about the time compared to your respective world record. So we'll watch for points here. And Warrington touches the wall, 6:05.02 for 714 points. So far, that's the highest point score. 107.68 for Abby Kane, 109.48 for Astrid Carroll, 112.87 for Connie Rately, 113.68 for Cooney, 121.12 for Charlotte Hyde, 111.31 for Brooklyn Hale, 114.71 for Eliza Humphrey, and 124 flat for Fern Snedden. So there are the points. Higher points scored in that one. 7:14 tops it across both heats. So Kellyanne Warrington will go in to the finals in pole position. We now move on to the men's multi-class 100 meters freestyle heats. Again, there are 2 heats. This is your start list for heat number 1. Nose under Harris in lane 0. Zach Washington Young of City of Manchester goes in 1. Lewis Jones of Aaron Trident in 2. Aidan Sandbrook of Winchester in 3. Thomas Navarro Barber, Portsmouth North Sea in 4. Kai Gelsthorpe, Nova Centurion in 5. Owen Say of Nova Centurion in 6. Jamie Curtis of Bristol in 7. And Bruce D of Northampton in 8. In lane 4, it is Navarro Barber. He swims in the S9 classification against a world record of 52.23 from Simone Barlam, but 1 lane up from him. It's Stanbrook, and 1 lane down from him is Gelsthorpe. The 2 S10 swimmers, they're up against a world record of 50.64 from Ukraine's Maxim Krypak. So at the moment is Navarro Barber in pole position in that battle. As he comes into the 5 meters, he will stop the clock first. 70 points, 59.68 for Navarro Barber, the only swimmer to dip under the minute mark in that one. 101.97 for Stanbrook, 102.58 for Gelsthorpe. But watch on the outside lanes. Owen Say in the S8 category, 105.45 for 684 points. Good swim from him there. Curtis 110.26. D 115.51. 598 points, and 114.28 sees Washington Young get 629 points. So once we have a little bit of a reshuffle, unlike the female events, it's not the person who touched the wall that's top of the pile. Owen Say of Nova Centurion with the highest point score, 684 points. Here is your start list for heat number 2. There will be 10 swimmers, sorry. Can't count. In lane 0, Will Perry goes for Ealing. In 1, it's Akash Das of Oswestry Otters. 2, Luke Batty, Bolton Metro. 3, Zach Sturgis, Bournemouth Collegiate School. 4, Kieran Williams, Newquay Cormorants. 5, Rowan Brennan, Basildon Phoenix. 6, Callum Pearson, Hastings Seagull. 7, Luke Boyles, Bournemouth. 8, Scott Hadley, City of Coventry. And 9, Lyndon Longhorn, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In the outside lanes, it's Perry and Longhorn, the S6 and the S4 athletes. And the lowest classifications in this one, but in those centre lanes going well, it is Williams and Brennan. Luke Batty, the S9 swimmer, did a great swim last night. Took the victory in the 100 metres backstroke, so he's in good form. But in the centre lanes here, it is more S10 athletes. Remember that world record 50.64 that they're up against. Batty needs to be within 2 seconds of them though, because the S9 world record is also quick. Williams gets the touch, 57.56. Brennan, 58.58. Pearson, 102.88. Luke Batty, 101.08. Sturgis, 103.00. Boyles, 107.25. Hadley, 114.10. Perry, 116.87. That's not quite as fast as the S6s in the first heat. And now we watch for Lyndon Longhorn at the top there, the S4 swimmer. The lowest classification in this race. He comes in now, it's the British record holder. He touches in a time of 1:38.51. The points will rearrange themselves. And 680 tops that heat from Williams. 3 swimmers in the 600 point mark. At least the top 4 from the previous heat should make it through. 598 was 4th. As we move on to our next event, the women's 200 meters butterfly. There are 12 heats of this one. This is your start list for heat number 1. In lane number 1, Alice Forrest goes for Northumberland Durham Performance. In 2, it's Erin Jones of Newcastle Swim Team. In 3, Elizabeth Warner, City of Leeds. In 4, Scarlett Shepherd, Guildford City. In 5, Evie Sampson, Southport. In 6, Rosie Pope, Thanet Swim Club. In 7, Lucy Oliver, Northumberland and Durham Performance. And in lane 8, it's Evie Handley of Exeter City. Going well down this first 50, it is Pope. In lane 6, she'll touch first, 32.01 after one turn. Then at the bottom of the pool, Alice Forrest, 32.80 to get the second touch after that first 50 with Oliver. In lane 7, 32.89, third at the first turn. Looking strong here. It is Rosie Pope out in front at the moment. That red suit of Forrest still going well down the bottom. But Oliver and Handley in lanes 7 and 8, right at the top of your screen, also looking good. Pope went into the wall first, 109 flat, a little slow around the wall there. She looked like she got a bit stuck, but now she's back up and on her way. Hasn't affected her too much. Evie Handley in that green hat of Exeter looks like she is trying to make her move here. She's made a bit of a gap between her and Lucy Oliver, one lane closer to us. Coming through nicely in lane number 4, Shepherd of Guildford City. She's looking strong down this third 50, but it is Pope touching first, 147.80. Evie Handley now in second at that last turn, with Alice Forrest dropping to third. 39.26 was Scarlett Shepherd's third 50 split. Evie Handley 39.08, the only swimmer quicker. But it will be Rosie Pope as we enter the final 15 meters. That looks like she will take this one out. She's commanded from the off. She's led well. She's finishing strongly. Glides into the finish there for a time of 2:27.55, 2:29.93. Warner finished very quickly indeed, 38.23 from Warner. We've seen that in some of her other swims. The City of Leeds swimmer, we've seen it from a number of City of Leeds swimmers, and it brought her right back into contention from nowhere. The 13-year-old from Leeds getting second there, with Alice Forrest hanging on to that third position. Here is your start list for Heat 2 of the women's 200 meters butterfly. Just a little bit of a delay at the start here. So the swimmers being asked to leave the pool from Heat 1. Just a reminder that these heats are mixed age groups, but then the results will separate the athletes out into their respective age group finals. And those will be swum tonight in the session that begins at 5 p.m. There is a short delay here, as I mentioned. Heat number 2 just relaxing behind the blocks, awaiting further instructions and the starter's orders. Once again, just a reminder, if you're just joining us, that there is a short delay here in the venue, but the event will resume shortly. We do look like we are ready to resume. This is your start list for Heat 2 of the women's 200 metres butterfly. In lane 0, it's Chloe Barnard of Basildon and Phoenix. In 1, Nancy Knight, Guildford City. In 2, Zara Fitzpatrick, Bristol Penguin Olympic Swimming Club. In 3, Millie Threlfall, City of Leeds. In 4, it's Lucia Lesty, City of Salford. In 5, Olivia Anstey, Louth Dolphins. In 6, Hannah Smith, City of Wakefield. In 7, Francesca Harrison, City of Leicester. In 8, it's Iris Hurst, Warrington Warriors. And in lane 9, Beth Richardson, Northumberland and Durham Performance. Turning first after 50 metres. In lane 5, it is Anstey of Louth, Dolphins. And then second was Fitzpatrick in lane 2. And third, towards the top of your shot, Hurst in the yellow hat of the Warrington Warriors. Now coming through down this second 50, Harrison, City of Leicester, in at lane 7. Also at the bottom of the shot, going well, is Barnard for Basildon and Phoenix. Knight and Fitzpatrick swimming against each other in the 16 years age group in lanes 1 and 2. And it's Harrison in lane 7 that leads 1:08.85 after the first 100 metres. Barnard did have a very good second 50, 37.03 for her to move into second. And now coming through in that middle lane, it's Leslie of City of Salford. She's looking good down this third 50. Right at the top of the shot as well, Beth Richardson, Northumberland and Durham, making her move. And it will be Leslie of Salford that turns first. 1:47.79 for her. 38.06, split the quickest in the field to move her through into the front of the race. Also coming back strongly in lane 3, Threlfall, City of Leeds. It's tight down in lane 0 and 1 between Barnard and Knight. But it will be Leslie that comes through to take the touch in this heat. 2:24.57 for Leslie. She came in with a time of 2:28.06. Good swim for her. And there is that fast finish of Millie Threlfall, bringing her through for the second place touch, just ahead of Nancy Knight down in lane number 1. There is your heat winner, Leslie, as we wait for those results to be confirmed. Leslie, her final 50 there, 36.78. Finished very strongly indeed. There are your official results of heat number 2. As we move on to heat number 3. Here's your start list for that one. Women's 200 metres butterfly, heat number 3. In lane 0, it's Zara Kraviak of East Lothian. In 1, Anna Miles Simmet Knight of West Dorset. In 2, O'Halloran Hutchinson of Northumberland and Durham. In 3, Child of Harrogate District. In 4, Evie Young of Teddington. In 5, Jessica Lyons, City of Leicester. In 6, it's Scarlett Sim of Guildford City Swimming. In 7, Alice Ward, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 8, Evie Cutter, Wigan Best. And in lane 9, Indigo Spence of Chelsea and Westminster. Turning first, it is Sim of Guildford City. In lane 6, O'Halloran Hutchinson of Northumberland turning second there after the first 50. Now the swimmers evening themselves out across the pool down this second 50 and into the 100 metres turn, looking like they might have a slight edge. In lane 6, still Sim going well, but also down the bottom of the pool. It's all going to come down to the touch at the halfway stage. In lane number 4, Evie Young of Teddington came through very strongly there as she now leads the field. A number of heats across the first few days. We've seen the heats being won from the outside lanes, but this morning, so far, it does look like those centre lanes are living up to their pre-race seeding. Going well in lane 8 now for Wigan Best, it's Cutter. But it will be Young that turns onto that final 51st, 1:46.86 for her. Cutter was in second position at that turn, and Child of Harrogate in third. There is Cutter. There is your current race leader as we enter the final 25 metres. That is Young of Teddington. One lane closer to us, going well, is Child still. And at the top, finishing fast, right at the top, is Spence of Chelsea and Westminster. But it will be Young that touches first there at E.B. Young of Teddington. 2:25.63, and her entry time of 2:26.74 to take that one. Cutter getting the second position touch, and Spence getting the third position. Young and Spence in the 15 years age group, Cutter in the 13 and 14 years age group. They are your official results of heat number 3. We now move on to heat number 4. These are your starters. In lane 0, it's Alyssa Lowe of City of Leicester. In 1, Isabel Handley, City of Leeds. In 2, Emily Smith of Tonbridge. In 3, Isabel Dutoft, Guildford City. In 4, Katie Lee, City of Salford. In 5, Evangeline Stacey, City of Leeds. In lane 6, Victoria Budimovic, Chelsea and Westminster. In 7, Despoina Giannacchi of the City of Milton Keynes. In 8, it's Sophie Trail, Stockport Metro. And in lane 9, Tiffany Latham, Royal Wolverhampton School. And turning first, in lane 8, it is Trail of Stockport Metro. Then right at the other side of the pool, down the bottom, Lowe of City of Leicester in lane 0 was second. So your early race leader there, Sophie Trail of Stockport Metro, for about a body length lead over the rest of the field, but still going well. Down at the bottom, it's City of Leicester's Lowe. Lowe looking strong from lane 0. But it is Trail that leads at the turn, 107. For her. Still looking strong. Now the charge is coming from some of the other lanes. Going well in lane number 2 is Smith of Tonbridge. And in lane number 8, still going well, Trail. But Latham one lane up from her. Trying to make a move in lane 9. The field definitely is coming back together. Katie Lee of City of Salford in lane 4. Great distance swimmer on the freestyles, showing that endurance, coming through strongly on that third 50. Her split 38.16. Dutoff just 2/100ths quicker than Lee in lane 3 on that 50 there. But leading the way right at the bottom in lane 0, having an excellent swim here. It's Alyssa Lowe of City of Leicester. The charge is coming from Emily Smith. It's now between those two as we go under the flags for the final 5 metres. And Smith did carry more speed into the wall. She gets the touch, 2:23.49, finishing in a 50 split of 36.82, almost 2 seconds quicker than Alyssa Lowe, who gets that second place touch, 2:23.80. And then Katie Lee coming through for third place in that heat, 2:25.85. They are your official results of heat number 4. We now move on to heat number 5. Here is your start list. In lane 0, it's Ellie Peacock of Richmond Dales. In 1, Harriet Smith, Soundwell. In 2, Alicia Bethel, Wickham District. In 3, Georgia Holgate, City of Cambridge. In 4, Sadie Hunter, City of Peterborough. In 5, Gracie Owen of Neath. In 6, Jessica Huggins of Poole. In 7, Sophia Gledhill, City of Bradford. In 8, Neve Savoury, Newcastle Swim Team. And in lane 9, Darcy Crossley, City of Leeds. First at the turn after 50 metres, it's Huggins of Poole in lane number 6. Then down at the bottom, just one lane up from the bottom, Smith of Soundwell turned in second position with Gracie Owen of Neath in third position after that 50 metres. But there you can see going very well. For Poole it is Jessica Huggins in lane 6, being matched down in lane 1 by Harriet Smith of Soundwell. It's those two at the moment going well. Up in lane 8, Neve Savoury had a strong second 50 here, as has Alicia Bethel of Wickham in lane 2. There you can see that battle between Smith and Bethel in lanes 1 and 2. And going well on a bit of a charge at the top in lane 7, it's Sophia Gledhill. She's overhauled Neve Savoury, and she's now up in line with our early race leader, Jessica Huggins. It is lane 1's Harriet Smith that leads the way into the final 50, followed by Bethel. And Gledhill, 37.7. Great 50 for her. As we go into the final 25 metres now, Bethel does have Smith in her sights, but it looks like Smith will have done enough to take this heat. She's found a bit of extra speed and looks to be pulling away in these final stages. And it will be Harriet Smith, 2:21.34 for her. Came in with a time of 2:25.73. 2:23.6 for Alicia Bethel is under her entry time as well. As those results are confirmed for heat number 5. Here is your start list for heat number 6. In lane 0, it's Lucy Fielden of Camden Swiss Cottage. In 1, Garance Ferreira, Camden Swiss Cottage. 2, Ivy Haggerty, Thanet Swim Club. In 3, it's Eve Tinsley, Newcastle Staffs. In 4, it's Neve Hasselwander, Epsom District. In 5, Lily Stanfield, Harrogate District. In 6, Charlotte Smith, Norwich Swan. In 7, it's Matilda Ashcroft, City of Leeds. In 8, Madison Beth Cool of Bucky. And in lane 9, Lydia Cordell of Repton Swimming. Turning first is Tinsley from Newcastle Staffs in lane 3. Second was Matilda Ashcroft of City of Leeds. And third at the first turn, it was Smith from Norwich Swan. In lane 3 there. That is Tinsley going well, but coming through strongly on this second 50 down in lane 1. Ferreira of Camden Swiss Cottage having a good swim. It will be Tinsley that leads at the halfway point, 1:08.07 for her. 1:08.72 for Stansfield of Harrogate in lane number 5, and then Ferreira just behind that in third position at the halfway stage. Now we watch as the swimmers make their move on this third 50 metres. Going well in lane 6, Smith of Norwich Swan still. Tinsley there now just looks like she might be being overhauled by Ferreira in lane 1, a 37.75 split down at that 50. The only person going quicker than Ferreira on that 50 was Matilda Ashcroft of City of Leeds in lane 7, so watch for her, that yellow hat 3 lanes from the top of your screen. She's now just going past Tinsley. Ferreira holding on for the moment, but the lead swimmer Ashcroft definitely with the quicker speed coming into these final stages. It will come down to the touch, and Ashcroft carried that speed in to take the touch. 2:24.17 for the City of Leeds swimmer. Ferreira getting that second place touch, an excellent swim from lane 1, and Lucy Fielding, Cameron Swiss, also getting the third place touch. Here is your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, it's Matilda Potter, City of Leeds. In 1, it's Natasha McDonald, Wirral Metro. In 2, it's Grimond Beetham, Camden Swiss Cottage. In 3, Isabella Sherring, City of Sheffield. In 4, Matilda Ransom, City of Cambridge. In 5, Zara Davis, Millfield. 6, Chloe Cook, City of Sheffield. 7, Kate Cotter, Chelmsford City. 8, Annabelle Compton, Wickham District. And in lane 9, it's Gia Hothersall of Wirral Metro. Turning first, in lane 4, Matilda Ransom, 31.23. Second was right at the top of your picture, Hothersall of Wirral Metro in 9. And then Isabella Sherring and Chloe Cook turning in joint third after that first 50. Going well down the bottom of the screen. Now in lane 1 is Natasha McDonald, but in the middle, in lane 4, Matilda Ransom still looking strong. She will touch first at the halfway point, 106.25, half a second ahead of McDonald, with Sherring of City of Sheffield third, the halfway point in lane 3. The 2 Sheffield swimmers flanking those yellow lanes, moving well through the field at the moment. Sherring looks to be very strong down this third 50. She has closed the deficit from the early leaders. And is McDonald that turns first. But it was definitely Sherring that's carrying the most speed into that turn. She was just 0.3 behind. And then Ransom turned just behind that. So it's all very close at the front. Still holding on at the moment down in lane 1, Natasha McDonald. But the Sherring from City of Sheffield is on a mission. She's coming through very powerfully as we go under the flags. She's got the highest stroke rate, and that might be the telltale as we hit the wall. 2:20.96 for Isabella Sherring to get that touch. Matilda Ransom came back well in lane 4 for second on that touch, and then Natasha McDonald holding on for third. They are your official results of heat 7. This is your start list for heat number 8. In lane 0, it's Poppy Mead, Derby Excel Swimming Club. In 1, Jennifer Green, Swansea University. In 2, Salsa Bernholt, Barnet Copdall. In 3, Jess Widdowson, City of Leeds. In 4, Eleanor Broughton of Repton. In 5, Alice Weston of Maxwell. In 6, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. In 7, Stella McCarty, City of Glasgow. In 8, Eve Horton, Wigan Best. And in 9, it's Kate Baxter of Poole. Right at the top there in lane number 8, Horton of Wigan Best, 30.99, leading that one out. Stella McCarty, just one lane closer to us, was second. And in the middle of the pool, Weston of Maxwell turned in third position. So McCarty and Horton going well there at the top of your screen still. They are at the moment out in front of the rest of the field. At the 100 metres, it will be Stella McCarty, 106.12 for her, 34.91 was that split on that second 50. Fastest in the field, put her in the number 1 position as they turn onto the third 50. Watch those yellow lanes in the centre of the pool. Broughton of Repton and Weston of Maxwell. Pretty much stroke for stroke through the first 25 metres of that length. But still at the top of your pool. Stella McCarty of Glasgow going very well. She will turn first onto this final 50 metres. 142.73 for her. Second it is Eve Horton, with Weston getting the third place touch with 150 to go. Now we see them coming in to the final 25 metres. Broughton of Repton winning the battle in the middle of the pool at the moment. But it's still McCarty of Glasgow looking very strong in these closing stages. She's done enough to hold on. Not just hold on, she won. She dipped under that 220 mark, 219.99. Great swimming there for McCarty. She's happy with that one, so she should be, as those results get confirmed. And it is McCarty from Broughton, from Horton, all in the 17-year age group. That's your official result for heat number 8. We now move on to heat number 9. This is your start list. In lane 0, it's Jessica Meller of City of Stoke. In 1, Kira Noon, City of Bristol. In 2, Emily Toms, Crawley. In 3, Amelia Monaghan, City of Sheffield. In 4, Layla Flower, Leatherhead. In lane 5, it's Olivia Sheehan, Wigan Best. In 6, Alicia Stevens, City of Birmingham. In 7, Jessica Smelt, Borough of Kirklees. In 8, Ruby Griffiths, Mount Kelly Swimming. And in lane 9, Megan Davis, City of Coventry. In lane 1, leading them out, 30.05 for Kira Noon, 23-year-old from the City of Bristol. She is ahead of Monaghan in City and Sheffield swimmer in lane 3. As your 1-2 after 50. You can see Noon down here, 1 lane up from the bottom, going well. And Monaghan looks to be trying to get back on level terms with her, but it will be Noon. The leads at the halfway point, 104.81. Good turn there though from Amelia Monaghan, swimmer in lane 3 for the City of Sheffield. It's those two, but look at the top of your screen, Megan Davis, City of Coventry. She's looking good. Up there in lane number 9. Also coming through well in 6, it's Alicia Stevens, City of Birmingham. It'll be tight as we come in to the final turn, and it is now Amelia Monaghan that leads the way for City of Sheffield. So a great 50 there, 36.30, the only swimmer to go under the 37 mark on that 50, and it made the difference. As she comes into the final 25 meters, she does now have about half a body length advantage. Things are closing up at the top of the pool. Tight battle between Stevens and Davis in 6 and 9. But Monaghan will come in to take this one. 218.88. Kira Noon 220.19. And then Stevens just pipping Megan Davis by 2/100th of a second. Stevens, the youngest in that one, at 14 years old. There are your official results of heat number 9. Here is your start list for heat number 10. In lane 0, it's Amy Brownridge, University of Surrey. In 1, Maisie Thornton, University of Surrey. In 2, Abby Roscoe, Wirral Metro. In 3, Isha Ko, Derby Excel. In 4, Betsy Wizard, Northampton. In 5, Maisie Elliott, Loughborough University. In 6, Charlotte Johnson, Swansea University. In 7, Erin Tankard, City of Sheffield. In 8, Evangeline Belt, Plymouth Leander. And in lane 9, Poppy Babert, City of Milton Keynes. It's Wizard of Northampton in lane 4 that leads the way, just ahead of Elliott. 1 lane up from her, from Loughborough University, and then the other side of Wizard, it's Coe. It's those 3 in the middle that turned in the top 3 positions after 50 metres. Wizard looking good at the moment at the front of the field, leading that spearhead from the centre. It will be Wizard that turns first. The time of 1:04.34. Elliott still in second. Coe still in third. Up down in lane 1, it's Maisie Thornton that's in 4th position at the halfway point. And now that gap in the middle opening up slightly. Looking good, Maisie Elliott of Loughborough Uni in lane 5. She's pulled away from Isha Ko. Wizard and Elliott, 20 years old. Ko in the 17 years age group. And is Wizard still leading the way, 139.72 at the final turn. The race is on at the top of the pool. Currently winning that battle is Tankard of Sheffield. But as I say that, Babert is coming through strongly. And at the bottom of the picture, Amy Brownbridge of University of Surrey in lane 0, going well down this final 50. But it will be Betsy Wizard, who led from start to finish 2:16.07 to get that heat win. Maisie Elliott in second and Isha Ko in third. Abby Roscoe of lane 2, age 14, the youngest swimmer in this. Just a quick reminder that these swimmers will be separated into their age group categories for the finals tonight. There are your official results of heat number 10. Here's your start list for heat 11. In lane 0, it's Edie Price from Mount Kelly Swimming. In 1, Holly Marshall of Repton. In 2, Naomi Parker, Millfield. In 3, Henrietta Damassa, Repton. In 4, Shannon Stott, Hatfield. In 5, Sophie Freeman, Guildford City. In 6, Erica Passakin-Skate of Barking and Dagenham. In 7, it's Lacey Roberts of Plymouth Leander. In 8, Sarah Talentire, Northumberland and Durham Performance. And in lane 9, Ella Bloxage, City of Salford. Then in first it is Talentire up in lane 8, ahead of Freeman in lane 5 and Stott in lane 4. Now coming through in those centre lanes, pretty much stroke for stroke, carrying a lot of speed. It is Stott of Hatfield in 4 and 1 lane up from her, Freeman of Guildford in 5. They look to have hit the front of the pack now. Still going well at the top is Talentire, but also going very well from lane 0. Edie Price of Mount Kelly, she turns 3rd in 1:05 flat. Less than 0.2 of a second separating Freeman, who currently leads away from Stott. But now they are very evenly matched here. Talentire still going well in lane 8. Passakin-Skate coming back in lane number 6. But it is now Shannon Stott that edges ahead, 1:39.83 for her. She just went 0.6 quicker than Freeman on that third 50 metres, so that's where that advantage has come from. The pink hat of Hatfield leading the way down this heat number 11. She's opened up, she's had body length in front now. And coming through into 3rd position, right at the bottom of the screen, it is Price of Mount Kelly. As we go into the touch, and stops the clock to 15.68. Sophie Freeman getting the 2nd place touch, and it was Edie Price who touched in 3rd position. Edie Price, just 14 years old, the youngest in that one. There are your results, your official results of heat number 11. Here is your start list for our final heat. It's heat number 12 of the women's 200 metres butterfly. In lane 0, it's Constant Phillips of Nova Centurions. In 1, it's Ella Bainbridge, Mount Kelly. In 2, Isla Jones, City of Sheffield. In 3, Isabel Goodwin, City of Leeds. In 4, Lucy Fox, Wickham District. In 5, Ekaterina Price, University of Bath. In 6, Catherine Ellen Roberts, Swansea University. In 7, Sky Carter, Basildon and Phoenix. In 8, Olivia Hunter, City of Leicester. And in lane 9, Poppy Lawrence, Epsom District. But in first it is Fox. She's been in great form this week. 3 gold medals to her name already. 30.16 for her. Next it was Constance Phillips in lane 0. We've got no swimmer in lane number 1. So Phillips swimming on her own in clear water down the bottom of the pool in the green hat of Nova Centurion. But at the moment it's another green hat leading the way. Wickham District's Fox will touch the wall first at the halfway point. She turns in a time of 1:03.95. That is our quickest 100-metre split of the morning. Price, 1 lane up from her. The University of Bath is currently in 2nd position. And then Catherine Roberts in Swansea University trying to go with those centre lane leaders. Still going well down the bottom though. Phillips of Nova Centurion as Fox goes through first, followed by Price, followed by Roberts. And it is Phillips just there in 4th position. But there is the in-form swimmer at the moment in the age 17 years category. Lucy Fox looking very strong in these closing stages. Roberts coming back at price in that battle in lane 5 and 6. Also making a bit of a burst in the final stages as Isla Jones of City of Sheffield. It will be Lucy Fox that stops the clock at a time of 2:13.89. Price just getting in ahead of Roberts for second and third there. They are your official results of our final heat, heat number 12 of the women's 200 meters butterfly. Our next event is the men's 100 meters freestyle. This is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 0, it's Oliver Parry, Aquabears of Rochdale. In 1, Benjamin Dale Wood, First White Horse Swim Team. In 2, Ollie Bottomley, City of Salford. In 3, Andre Onyeweki, Leamington Spa. In 4, Morgan Davis, Guildford City. In 5, Daniel Velsey, Hatfield. In 6, Luke Knight of Brompton. In 7, Theodore Rogers of Worcester. And in lane 8, it's Evan McQuaid of Dunmo Atlantis. Leading the way is McQuaid up there in lane 8. 26.18 for him. 26.3 for Onyeku of Leamington in lane 3. Coming through in lane 6 is Knight from Brompton. And down at the bottom going well, it is Parry of Aquabears. It's Knight that stops the clock, 55.02. Harry in second, 55.03. It was very tight there, just 1/100th at the end. And Andre Onyekui of Leamington got third by 2/100ths. There are your official results of heat number 1. We're just waiting for some quiet at the start of the race. We'll get excited in here. Want to support the swimmers, but we need silence for the start. They're away this time. Hugo Young of Poole goes in lane 0. Alexander Laurie of Leander in 1. Samuel Sutcliffe of Ramsbottom in 2. Joseph Adams, Chelsea and Westminster in 3. David Nikusu of Barking and Dagenham in 4. Charles Clark, Guildford City in 5. Jensen Norris, Perth City in 6. Lucas Malkev of Hackney Aquatics in 7. Alexander Moore of Wickham in 8. And James Gannicott of City of Leicester in 9. Turning first, it is Sutcliffe in lane 2 for Ramsbottom, very closely followed by Laurie, 1 lane closer to us, and third was Young, 1 lane closer to us. So the race in the early stages was at the bottom of the pool and going well still. In lane 2, it is Sutcliffe. He's looking strong, trying to fight back. In lane number 1, it is Alexander Laurie. As we come into the finish, and Alexander Laurie gets the touch just ahead of Sutcliffe with a very fast finishing Joseph Adams coming through for third for Chelsea and Westminster. There is your official result of heat number 2. Here is your start list for men's 100 meters freestyle, heat number 3. In lane number 0, it is William Gowler, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 1, Ewan Pedersen, Millfield. 2, Monty Smith, Wickham District. 3, Cameron Jameson, Repton. In 4, Jack Bamborough, City of Cardiff. In 5, it's Edward Bell of Seagull Swimming. In 6, Nathan Apps, Plymouth Leander. In 7, Harry Chandler, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 8, it's Jack Brown, Soundwell. And in lane 9, Christian Gale, Guildford City. Turning first at the top of the pool, it is Christian Gale, 25.06. A good lead over Jameson in lane 3, and then Smith in lane 2. So at the top, we can still see Gale going very well. He's leading the way, but coming through strongly is Brown, 1 lane down from him. Those two at the moment, but watch for the fast finish of Pedersen of Millfield. And it is Pedersen of Millfield that comes through for the 3rd place touch, but Jack Brown gets the victory in that heat, followed by Bell. Here are your official results of heat number 3. Here is your start list for heat number 4. Samuel Lander goes for Mount Kelly in 0. Jacob Lee, City of Leicester in 1. Ben Uff, Mount Kelly in 2. Oliver Rowe, Mount Kelly in 3. James Page of Birmingham in 4. Alessandro Donaforio of Mount Kelly in 5. Harry Sharp of Warren de Bath in 6. Ethan Stubbs-Green of Millfield in 7. Ben Gooch of Worcester in 8. And George Spears of Elmridge Phoenix in lane number 9. As they go over, it is Donofrio, who's swimming well this week, of Mount Kelly, leading the way. Head of Sharp, 1 lane up from him. And right at the bottom, another Mount Kelly swimmer, Lander, was in 3rd at the turn, looking strong. In lane number 5, it is Donaforio of Mount Kelly. He leads the way here, going well in lane number 3, challenging now. It is Oliver Rowe, the 2 Mount Kelly swimmers get 1 and 2. Samuel Lander, also of Mount Kelly. So in that heat, the Mount Kelly swimmers topping at the tree. 1, 2, 3. Just a heat, remember. Not all in the same age group either. So as those results get confirmed, you will see Mount Kelly, Mount Kelly, Mount Kelly. But Donofrio in the 15 years age group, 14 and 15 years age group, as we move on to heat number 5. In lane 0, it will be Rio Dodo, Kingston upon Hull. In 1, Ruben Alty of Millfield. In 2, Ethan Lee, City of Cardiff. In 3, Matthew Hamilton, Plymouth Leander. 4, Callum Cox, Mount Kelly. 5, Noah Wheeler, Chalford Otters. 6, Robert Taylor, East Grinstead. 7, Sam Smith of Skipton. 8 will be Zach Slater of East Lothian, and in lane 9 it's Lucas Brown of Elgin. Popping up first in lane 9 it was Lucas Brown, but popping out in front in lane number 3, Matthew Hamilton of Plymouth Leander, with a slight lead down the first 25 metres, but looking strong 1 lane up from him. Callum Cox of Mount Kelly in lane 4 as they all go into the wall together. It will be Cox that gets his feet to the wall first. 25, 3-1 for him. Sam Smith of Skipton catching second, and Dadu in lane 0 was third at the turn. Dadu going very well down at the bottom of the pool at the moment. Also going well in 7, it is Smith still. Matthew Hamilton now trying to get back on level terms, but it will come down to the touch for Sam Smith. 52.39 for him. Rio Dadu of Kingston upon Hull right at the bottom in lane 0, coming through, sticking out for second. Those two swimmers under 53, sorry, in the 52 zone, with Matthew Hamilton getting that 3rd position. They are your official results of heat number 5. Here is your start list for the heat number 6. Way of Guildford City goes in lane 0. Jason Holly of City of Cardiff in 1. McCarthy of City of Cardiff in 2. Denholm of Newcastle in 3. Bissett of Royal Tunbridge Wells Munson in 4. Peebles of East Lothian in 5. Adama of Mount Kelly in 6. Hale of Linslade Crusaders in 7. Baker of Plymouth Leander in 8. And Maskell of Northumberland and Durham Performance in lane number 9. Turning first at the bottom of the pool, Way of Guildford City. Joseph Way leads the way, 25.17 ahead of Peebles from East Lothian in lane 5. Peebles going well now, but still at the bottom of the pool. Joseph Way heads the field. Coming through well in lane number 6, it's Adama of Mount Kelly, but it will be Joseph Way who gets the touch. 52.55 for him, ahead of Abul Jabbar Adama, and Aaron Bissett coming through with a very strong second 50. 27.2 is split for that second 50. Fastest of the field to bring him through into 3rd position. They are your official results of heat number 6. Here is your start list for heat number 7. Tunstall of Mount Kelly is in 0. McClure of City of Birmingham in 1. Meek of Poole in 2. Shepherd, City of Leeds in 3. Club of Aberdeen Dolphins in 4. Turk of Mount Kelly in 5. Davis of City of Cardiff in 6. Blizzard of Northumberland and Durham Performance in 7. Reeve of Mount Kelly in 8. And Ashton of City of Liverpool in lane 9. Leading the way at the turn, it is Club of Aberdeen Dolphins in lane number 4, followed by Turk and Shepherd. Shepherd won the 200 metres freestyle earlier in the week. And he's coming through strongly now. He's the youngest in this field, 15 years old. But leading the way still in 4, it's Club, the 18-year-old from Aberdeen Dolphins. That fast finish of Shepherd, not quite fast enough. Finlay Club takes it 52.04 from Shepherd, 52.12. And right at the top of the pool, Balin Ashton coming through strongly to get third place. Sony Club there, your heat winner.
Let's go, Alex!
There are your official results of heat number 7. Here is your start list for heat number 8. In 0, it's Davis of Crawley. In 1, Parrott of Millfield. In 2, Wellesby of Stockport Metro. In 3, Roberts of Witham Dolphins. 4, Jenkinson, Skipton Swimming. 5, it's Baker of West Suffolk. In 6, it's James, City of Cardiff. In 7, Dale, Newcastle Staffs. 8, Gordon Gibson, Warren de Bars. And lane 9, it's Dade of Gloucester City. It's tight at the turn. We're getting the feet to the wall first. Harley James, City of Cardiff, 25 flat, lane number 6. 3 100ths ahead of Jenkinson in lane 4 with Davis down in 0, turning 3rd. Going well now in lane 3, it's Maddox Roberts. And also in 5, challenging, it's Baker. It's between those two for the touch. And it is Baker who gets it from Roberts. 9 100ths of a second. Lachlan Parrott of Millfield. A trademark fast finish from the Millfield swimmers. Once again coming through. Get the 3rd place touch. There are your official results of heat number 8. And here is your start list for heat number 9. In 0, it's Watts of Team Bath. In 1, Molam, Plymouth Leander. 2, Finch, Chelsea and Westminster. 3, Gorn, Sandwell. 4, Ingram, City of Manchester Aquatics. 5, it's Cope, City of Sheffield. In 6, Gray, Chelsea and Westminster. 7, Ashley Sparks, Plymouth Leander. 8, Ibison, Loughborough University. And 9, Cleaver of Beckenham. Turning first in lane 4, it is Jamie Ingram of City of Manchester Aquatics. 24.06. Just ahead of Gaunt, 1 lane closer to us. And 3rd at the turn, Ashley Sparks in lane 7 for Plymouth Leander. Stroke for stroke now between Gaunt and Ingram as they come down into the closing stages of the race. Going well still at the top for Leander, it's Ashley Sparks as we come into the finish. And it's Cope that comes through very quickly indeed, 25.91. He finished to get the touch. There is your heat winner, Ben Cope. Just ahead of Jamie Ingram. And it was Freddie Ashley Sparks of Plymouth Leander that touched 3rd. We will wait for those official results. Ben Cope timing that finish to perfection. Those results are confirmed for heat number 9 as we move on to heat 10, our penultimate heat. In 0, it's Jones for University of Bath. In 1, Gianni Contini, Newcastle Swim Team. In 2, Ribber, Loughborough University. 3, Nichols, Swansea University. 4, Jones, University of Stirling. 5, Cooley, Leeds University. 6, Snow, Millfield. 7, Maxwell, Northumberland and Durham Performance. 8, Hutchinson, City of Leicester. And 9, Adams of Team Bath. Leading the way at the turn. In 5, it's Cooley of Leeds University Aquatics. 23.91 for him. Ripper in lane 2 turned second, and right down the bottom it was Jones of University of Bath turning third. Going well still here in lane 5, it is Jordan Cooley of Leeds University. He leads the way as they fight to get back to him, but he's got a sizable advantage as he comes into the finish. Touches in a time of 49.43, our only sub 50 performance of the morning so far, with 1 heat to go. There are those official results confirmed for heat 10. Cooley touched first, Jones second, and Ripper third. Here is your start list for our final heat, heat number 11. In 0, it's Exall of Loughborough University. In 1, Drabwell, University of Bath. 2, Watterson, Isle of Man. 3, Fry, Loughborough University. 4, Painter, Millfield. 5, Jones, Swansea University. 6, Robotham and Keaton, City of Manchester. 7, Dixon, University of Stirling. 8, Dawson, Derby Excel. And 9, Olkers, Mount Kelly. As we go into the turn, it is Jones in lane 5, 23.59 for him. Fry, 23.79. And Watterson, 24.07. That was your 1, 2, 3 at the turn. Going well there in 5. It is still Dan Jones of Swansea. In 3, Fry still going well as well. Now coming through in lane 4, it's Painter. But it will be Dan Jones that stops the clock at a time of 49.40. Calvin Fry, 50.23 for that second touch, and 50.49 for Alexander Painter. The rest of the 18-year-olds was Ruben Robotham Keating of City Manchester Aquatics. Him and Aaron Olkers both going 51.22, both 18, so they will be tied going in to the final tonight. We now move on to our next event. It's the women's multi-class 100 meters breaststroke. There are 2 heats. This is heat number 1. In lane 2, it's Iona Winifred of Tonbridge. In 3, it's Amber Haycock of Northampton. In 4, Megan Willis, Torvine Dolphins. In 5, Astrid Carroll, Borough of Kirklees. In 6, Saskia Webb, Pembrokeshire County. In lane 7, it's Fern Snedden of Royal Tunbridge Wells. As with all the multi-class events, these swimmers are racing against their respective world records to score points. Iona Winifred competes in the SB6 category. Amber Haycock and Megan Willis in the SB9 category. Astrid Carroll is an SB12 for the visually impaired athletes. Saskia Webb in SB14. And Fern Snedden racing Iona Winifred in the SB6 category. And Megan Willis, the SB9 athlete, turned first, 42.15 for her. She is up against a tough world record though of 110.99. Chantal Judeveld of the Netherlands holds that record. Willis leading the way here, down a battle on behind her. Amber Haycock and Astrid Carroll, different categories, racing for time. We'll have to wait for all of the swimmers to touch the wall before we can see where they are ranked. winning the SB6 battle at the moment. It is Iona Winifred in lane 2, but at the front, stopping the clock, it's Willis, 130.94 for a score of 475 points. Astrid Carroll, 134.13. 134.52 for Amber Haycock. 137.57 for Saskia Webb. 144.93 for Iona Winifred, and 148.80 for Fern Snedden. So top point scorer in that one, Iona Winifred, 677 points. There are your official results. She is up against a world record from Chinese athlete Louis Ardemont of 129.87. We now move on to heat number 2. There are your starters. In lane 0, it's Samantha Lewis of Satellite of Macclesfield. In 1, Charlotte Hyde of Enfield. In 2, Eliza Humphrey, Northampton. 3, Ella Williams, Swindon. In 4, Eva French, Nuneaton and Bedworth. In 5, Megan Neve, Repton. In 6, Imogen Dodds, Wellingborough. In 7, Lily Rice, Pembrokeshire County. In 8, Georgia Howell, Aaron Trident. And in 9, Laura Pilkington, Edinburgh University. In lane 9, Laura Pilkington swims in the SB5 classification. She is the lowest category swimmer in this one. At the front of the field. In lane 4 is Eva French of Nuneaton, the SB9 athlete. So she's against the same world record that Willis was in the first heat. She turns in a time of 39.4 out of Megan Neve, already 2 gold medals this week in the SB14 classification. And it is still French in the front of your shot. Behind our 2 race leaders, we see Ella Williams and Imogen Dodds. Ella Williams is an SB13 athlete, as is Imogen Dodds. They're up against a world record of 109.57. So they would need to be ahead of Eva French to score more points. As French comes in to touch the wall, 568 points, a time of 125.68, 3/10 quicker than her entry time. Megan Neve, 128.48. 136.82 for Eliza Humphrey, 530 points. 133.39 for Imogen Dodds. 147.55 for Lily Rice, 614 points. The world record she was up against is 128.13 of American Elizabeth Marks. Samantha Lewis, 156.59. 157.57 for Georgia Howell. Just coming in at the top of your shot now, it is Laura Pilkington, 209.31. Exactly the same point score as Georgia Howell. So we confirm those results. They've been made official. And it is Lily Rice that tops that heat with 614 points. We now move on to the men's multi-class 100 meters breaststroke. This is heat 1 of 2. There are 3 SB14 athletes in this one. In lanes 3, 4 and 5, and then Kai Gelsthorpe of Nova Centurion. He is an SB9 athlete. In lane 3, it's Giorgio Oxby, Stockport Metro. In 4, Gavin Roberts, City of Glasgow. In 5, Joseph Greaves, Nova Centurion. And 6, Kai Gelsthorpe, Nova Centurion. The SB14 world record is a very fast one. It was recently broken by Japanese athlete Naohide Yamaguchi, 102.75. They won't be looking for that today, but that is what they're up against for points, compared to the SB9 world record of 104.02 for Pavel Poltzev of Russia. Leading the way at the moment, it is Gavin Roberts in lane 4. 33.14 for him at the turn. As expected, Gelsthorpe behind the SB14 athletes. But winning the battle of the SB14s, it is Roberts. This comes in under the flags. Roberts will touch first. Time of 1:13.21 for 659 points. 1:15.77 gets 595 for Joseph Greaves. And 1:19.70 gets 511 for Giorgio Oxby. 1:27.04 is the time for Kai Gelsthorpe. 423 points for him. So on that occasion, the points do go the same way as the times. That isn't always the case. There are your official results for heat number 1. Here's your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Archie Hare of Richmond Dales. In 1, Harry Arnold Pepper, Royston. In 2, Lewis Jones, Aaron Trident. In 3, Owen Garsides, Kingston upon Hull. In 4, Jack Milne, University of Aberdeen. In 5, Ryan Potter, Preston Swimming Club. In 6, Nathan McManus, Plymouth Leander. In 7, Will Perry, Ealing. In lane 8, Jacob Wood, Gloucester City. And in lane 9, Bruce D of Northampton. Athletes in lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, SB14. In 1, 2 and 8, the SB8 athletes racing each other. And lane 9 and lane 7, SB6s racing each other. And then Archie Hare down in lane 0 is an SB11 athlete. You will have seen him there get tapped at the turn. Tight at the front here between Jack Milne and Ryan Potter. They are up against that 1:02.75 world record for points. British record holder Will Perry in the SB6 category would be looking to score a high point score. He's in lane 7 at the moment, going well alongside Jacob Wood as Potter touches the wall. 1:12.21 to take the victory. 1:13.31 for Milne, 1:18.36 for Garsides, 1:22.32 for Nathan McManus, 1:25.56 for Lewis Jones, 1:25.85 for Harry Arnold Pepper, 1:29.83 for Will Perry, 1:32.27 for Bruce D, 1:31.03 for Jacob Wood, and 1:32.32 for Archie Hare. So there you can see the point score. Ryan Potter 10 points ahead of Will Perry. Will Perry with a bit of time in the tank. His British record 1:25. So he'll be looking to go quicker tonight. As we move to the other end of the pool. As we move to the other end, the start signal does need to be tested. So we will move on to the women's 50 meters freestyle Heat 1. This is your start list. There will be 12 heats of this one. In 3, it's Kerry Henny of Warrington Warriors. In 4, Phoebe Arbuckle, Warren DeVars. And in lane 5, Liberty Jones, Taunton Dean. Jones at the top, she's 13 years old. And at the moment, she is leading the way in this one as we go through the final 15 metres. It's Jones with the advantage. Arbuckle coming back with every stroke, as is Henny. And the clock stopped by Jones, 28.17 from 28.57 with a fast finish of Henny, and Arbuckle 28.72. Here are your official results of heat number 1. Here is your start list for heat number 2. In 0, it's Price for Mount Kelly. In 1, Child for Harrogate District. 2, Sherrod for Torban Dolphins. 3, Fox, City of Cardiff. 4, Patterson, City of Swansea. 5, Wren, City of Liverpool. 6, Cook, City of Sheffield. 7, Della, Dartford District. And 8, it's Lawton, City of Bristol. And leading at the top of the pool in lane number 8 at the moment, it is Lawton of Bristol. As coming back in the middle in lane 3, Fox of City of Cardiff, but it will be Lawton who led from start to finish, just 0.2 ahead of Honor Fox. Cardiff with just 6/100ths ahead of Millie Patterson. Those results are now official, and there are your results of heat number 2. Your start list for heat 3. Smelt will go for Borough of Kirklees. In 0, Pilgrim for Guildford City. In 1, McCall of Repton. In 2, Burns of Beckenham. In 3, Young Guildford City. In 4, Kraviak of East Lothian. In 5, Harrison of City of Sheffield. In 6, Green of Plymouth Leander. In 7, Warner of Leeds. In 8, and Tublin Gracheshkiva of Chelsea and Westminster. In 9. Best reaction coming from Lily Green in lane number 7 for Plymouth Leander, but going well in 3, it is Lola Burns of Beckenham. Coming through in lane 4, 1 lane up, it's Young. And now Young looks to be trying to get on top of the early leader Beckenham and it will be Young that takes that from Burns, with Willow Harrison getting third place touch. 27.54 for the win in that heat. 26.768, just 2/100ths ahead of Willow Harrison for third place. They are your official results of heat number 3. Here's your start list for heat 4. Wilson goes for Newhall School. In 0, Falkovaya of City of Salford. In 1, Cutter of Wigan Best. In 2, Blackhurst Taunton Dean. In 3, Kelly Tadcaster York Sport. In 4, Austin Burrows Rushmore Royals. 5, Williams of Wickham. In 6, Finlay of Northumberland and Durham. In 7, Sims of Stockport in Metro. In 8, and Higginbotham of Swindon Dolphins. In 9. Let's start coming from the bottom of the pool. In lane 1, it was Volkovaya, City of Salford, and 1 lane closer to us at the right at the bottom, Wilson, also off to a good start. Now coming through in lane number 3, it's Blackhurst. She looks strong at the front. It will come down to the touch between these 3, and it is Blackhurst that gets it from Volkovaya, with Higginbotham right at the top of the pool, sneaking in for the third place touch. Good soon there from Izzy Blackhurst. They are your official results of heat number 4. There is your start list for Heat 5. Oldfield in Northumberland, Durham goes in 0. Smith of Tonbridge in 1. Pavlik of Hillingdon in 2. Maxwell of Northumberland and Durham in 3. Humphreys of Swim Gwynedd in 4. Davis of Millfield in 5. Robinson of St Felix School in 6. Grover of the Royal Wolverhampton School in 7. Farr of City of Leicester in 8. And O'Mahony of Cockermouth in 9. Again, good starts on the bottom of the pool. It's lane number 2's. Pavlik of Hillingdon got off to a very good start there. She leads the way at the moment. Coming through strongly. 1 lane up from her is Maxwell. As we go under the flags and into the finish, still leading the way, it is Pavlik. But right at the end, she gets touched out by the fast finish of Sophie Davis in lane 5 for Millfield. And Lily Grover came through well in 7 for that second place touch. There is your official result of heat number 5. Now we're on to heat number 6. Richards of Rushmore Royals will go in 0. Humphreys of Guildford City in 1. Minute of City of Peterborough in 2. Turnbull of Carlton Forum in 3. Oliver of Aaron Trident in 4. Murphy of Maidstone in 5. Hagberg of Guildford City in 6. Nerney of Hatfield in 7. Palmer of Basildon and Phoenix in 8. And Urin of City of Bristol in 9. And it was Urin that got off to the best reaction right at the top of the pool. But it's a blanket as we go through 25 metres and going well in lane 6 is Hagberg. She's got an ever so slight lead at the moment. As we come into the wall, but going well at the bottom. It is Rosie Richards, but it's Hagberg that takes it from Nuni. And right at the top, Urin. Very tight indeed, that one. Literally was 2 100ths between second, third, and 2 100ths between third and fourth. 1 100th between fourth and fifth. 1 100th between fifth and sixth. Very, very tight there. Exciting race. Bearing in mind, not all of these athletes in the same age group categories. They will be sorted out for finals later. This is your start list for Heat 7. In 0, it will be Wood for City of Leeds. 1, Pashley of Maidstone. 2, Idle Weavers, Mount Kelly. 3, Bullet, City of Lincoln. 4, Freeze, Seddon Cheam. 5, Titterton, Bromley. 6, Croak, Torvine Dolphins. 7, Gale, Woking. 8, Coombe, Satellite of Maxfield. And 9, Valentites, Shiverers. Best reaction time coming from Valentites at the top of the pool, but now that they are up and into the swimming, it's lane 4's Illy Freeze. That is going very well through 25 metres. She leads the way. Going well 1 lane closer to us, it's Bullet. In lane 3, it's those two that are coming into the wall ahead of the rest. And it is Bullet from Freeze. With Titterton taking the 3rd position in that one. Bullet and Titterton in 17-year age category. Freeze in the 15-year age category. They are the results of Heat 7. We now move on to Heat number 8. In lane 0, it'll be tyres for Derby Excel. Baber of City of Cambridge in 1. Bowen of Mount Kelly in 2. Doherty of City of Sheffield in 3. Higgs of Millfield in 4. Robinson of Sheffield in 5. Weatherspoon of Heart of Middle Lothian in 6. Drake of Warren Bards in 7. Land of Newcastle Swim Team in 8. And Hayes of Anaconda in 9. All the way pretty evenly off the start. Best reaction going to Hayes at the top of the pool. Going down well down in lane 0. It is tyres of Derby Excel. She was leading the way through 25, but now that red hat of Robinson in lane 5 has hit the front. Fighting back. 1 lane closer to us. Higgs of Millfield. But it is Robinson that gets it from Higgs, with Doherty in 3rd position. There are your official results of Heat number 8. We now move on to the Heat number 9. In lane 0, it'll be Wood of Orkney. In 1, Ben, Mount Kelly. 2, Quinn, Milton Keynes. 3, Hum, Bracknell and Wokingham. 4, Camsall, Mount Kelly. 5, Marshall, Swim West Lothian. 6, Mischenko, University of Aberdeen. 7, Stokes, Northumberland and Durham. 8, Harris of Poole. And 9, Greenhalgh of Norwich. They're all in a line as we go through 25. Slight lead for lane 4's Camsall, but she's got company from Marshall. 1 lane up in lane 5. Going well in 6 is Mischenko. But as we come into the wall, it will be Camsall. 27 flat for Flavia Camsall from Marshall. With Jessica Hum of Bracknell and Wokingham touching in 3rd position there. They are your official results of heat number 9. This is your start list for heat 10. In 0, Cook will go for Chase. In 1, Hodgson for City of Leeds. 2, Klein, Mount Kelly. 3, Hall of Bath. 4, Hindley of Loughborough. In 5, it's Little of Mount Kelly. In 6, Bradburn of Basildon and Phoenix. 7, Jones of Royal Wolverhampton School. 8, Telford of Southwell Swimming. And in lane 9, Capron of Brighton. No swimmer in lane number 4. Going well at the moment. It's Little of Mount Kelly. In 5, she leads the way. She's being challenged by Hall of Bath, but it will be Little that takes that one from Hall. And right at the top, Hannah Capron of Brighton touches in 3rd. 26.15 for Erin Little. Here are your official results of heat 10. 2 more heats to go in this one. And here will be your start list for heat number 11. Dupree of Millfield will go in 0. Romanov Vaskatcha will go for Repton in 1. Whitaker in 2 for Mount Kelly. Revett in 3 for Guildford City. Rogers for Loughborough in 4. Davis for Stirling in 5. Lovell for Loughborough in 6. 7 will be Hall of Mount Kelly. 8 Fowler of Bath. And 9 Robertson, South Ayrshire. Going well down at the bottom in lane number 2. It's Mount Kelly's Whitaker. She leads the way early on, but now in those centre lanes, the yellow lane lines, Rogers and Davis going very well as they hit the front of the field. And it will be Davis as we come into the wall. 25.89 for Evelyn Davis of Stirling. 26.18 for Harriet Rogers. And Clementine Lovell coming through for 3rd. They are your official results of heat 11. As we move on to your final heat, it's heat number 12 of the women's 50 freestyle. In 0, it'll be Compton of Wickham. In 1, Smith of Bath. 2, Spinner of Bath. 3, Divine Repton. 4, Guy, Bristol Henleys. 5, Carter, Basildon and Phoenix. 6, De Groot, Loughborough University. 7, Float, Plymouth Leander. 8, Widows, Mount Kelly. And 9, Broder of Cardiff. No swimmer in lane number 2. Going well down these early stages. It's Rebecca Guy leading the way with a slight lead. They go through 25 metres, also going very well in lane number 1. It's Annabelle Smith of Bath, but now Guy looks to be getting the advantage as we come into the wall, and it will be Rebecca Guy that stops the clock. 25.72 for her. 26.00 was second for Laurie Devine of Repton. And third goes to Sky Carter of Basildon and Phoenix. They are your official results of heat 12. We move straight on to our next event. That is the men's 400 metres individual medley. There are 12 heats of this one. These are the swimmers for heat number 1. 4 swimmers in this heat. Number 1 in lane 3 is Jacob Light of Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 2, Tame Phillips, Plymouth Leander. In 5, Joshua Keogh, Bolton Metro Swim Squad. And in lane 6, Jack Bamborough, City of Cardiff. All 4 of these athletes in the same age group category. They are all in the 14-15 years age group. Leading after 50 metres, it is Joshua Keogh, Bolton Metro in lane 5, 29.46 for him, 29.68 for Bamborough, 29.79 for Phillips, and 29.96 for Light. So not much in it down that first 50. Still a long way to go though. Keogh moving ahead on this butterfly leg. It will be Keogh that touches at first after the butterfly. 104.03 for him. Tane Phillips 104.85. Just 1/100th ahead of Jack Bamborough. And Jacob Light 105.65. To move on to the backstroke. The top of the picture, Bamborough in that blue hat of City of Cardiff looks to be moving level with our early leader. In fact, all 4 swimmers pretty much in the line now. A good backstroke here from Tane Phillips. He turns first, 141.90, just 9/100ths ahead of Bamborough. 142.27. Joshua Keogh, 142.40 for Jacob Light. So not much in it there at the turn. It's now Phillips that's edging ahead on this backstroke. Bottom of the picture, Light also going well on the backstroke. Pretty evenly matched, the swimmers down this one. It is Phillips that turns first, 2:17.88. He was the only swimmer to split that backstroke second 50 in under 36 seconds with a time of 35.98 as we move on to the breaststroke. Phillips now edging ahead, opening up a bit more of a gap. This is probably the biggest lead we've had so far in this one. It's got a body length over the rest of the field. .45 that breaststroke split for Phillips. 45.37 for Keogh. 46.2 for Light and 46.4 for Bamborough. So Phillips is moving away from the others. Keogh and Bamborough now eaten into the advantage that Light had after the backstroke. But it's Phillips with the advantage as they turn on to the freestyle. 3:47.84. Jacob Light 3:50.08. Joshua Keogh 3:50.41 and Jack Bamborough 3:51.27. Jack Bamborough very well in the 1500 meters freestyle at the start of the week. So you know he's got the endurance. But is the advantage too much already for Phillips and Keogh as they go over, just separated by 1/100th. Keogh getting his feet to the wall first. Bamborough was in third with Light in fourth. And it is now that looking to be like that. In lane 5, Joshua Keogh pulling away from Phillips. And it will be Joshua Keogh, Bolton Metro, touchable first, 4:55.45. 4:57.25 for Tame Phillips, 4:57.79 for Jack Bamborough, and 5:02.75 for Jacob Light. Joshua Keogh there, swimmer going under his entry time. There are your official results of heat number 1. Here is your start list for the men's 400 meters individual medley, heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Patrick Neal, City of Leeds. In 1, Jack Collins, City of Sheffield. In 2, Finley Richardson, Guildford City. In 3, Ethan Walker, Cheeto Staffs. In lane 4, Jacob Brown, Tadcaster York Sports Swim Squad. In 5, Harvey Pike, Streeton District. In 6, Max Higgins of Millfield. In 7, Harrison Shaw, Flitwick Dolphins. In 8, Thomas Finden of City of Leeds, and in lane 9, Joshua Birkle, Sutton and Sheem. Shaw takes out of the butterfly down that first leg, 27.92. Good advantage for the man from Flitwick. 16-year-old up there in lane 7 in that purple hat. Feels a lot more spread out than we saw in that first heat. Admittedly, there are more swimmers in this one. But it is Shaw that turns first, 1:01.55 from Wolfenden. In 8, 1 lane up from him, that yellow hat, City of Leeds, as they move on to the backstroke. Already going well on this backstroke in 5 and 6 are Pike and Higgins. They're cutting their way into that advantage. But it is still Shaw that leads the way. Behind him, 4 swimmers in a line. Birkle in 9, Finden in 8, Higgins in 6, and Pike in 5. The race at the moment is at the top of the pool. Good split from Max Higgins. They're 37.72 down that first leg of the backstroke. And while Shaw is still out in front, Pike and Higgins keeping each other company and going well right at the top. Joshua Birkle of Sutton and Sheem in 9. Good backstroke too there for Finley Richardson of Guildford City. Shaw has now been caught as we move on to the breaststroke, and that green hat of Max Higgins looking strong as he hits the front, 25 meters in to the breaststroke leg. The field closing up here. Also going well on this first leg of the breaststroke is Thomas Finden. And it will be those two that are at the front halfway through the breaststroke. Finden had a good underwater phase there, as he now has an ever so slight lead over Max Higgins. Also going well 1 lane closer to us, it's Harvey Pike, Streeton District. Down at the bottom for Guildford, Finley Richardson's in lane 2. He's just had a shot at the moment, but he's had a good breaststroke too. He's overhauled Shaw and Birkle. Now to sit in 4th position, but it is Thomas Finden who has the advantage after the breaststroke leg. We had a 41.28 for that split. That's where he did the damage. No one else under 42. Jack Collins with the next quickest split. City of Sheffield swimmer in lane 1. Now they go on to the freestyle. Finden up there in lane 8 for City of Leeds, looking good. Pike currently in second, but watch for the charge of Max Higgins. 1 lane up from him, from Millfield. And still going well down here in 2. It's Finley Richardson of Guildford City. Harvey Pike is coming back at Thomas Wumfinden, but with 15 metres to go. Wumfinden looks like he has done enough here. The battle for 3rd and 4th between Richardson and Higgins, though, looks to be going to the man from Guildford City. And it is Wumfinden that takes it. Pike in 2nd, Richardson in 3rd. Finley Richardson, Thomas Wumfinden, both 14 years old in that one, as was Joshua Burkle in lane 5. There are your official results of heat number 2. Here is your start list for heat number 3. This is heat number 3 underway. In lane 0, it's Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow. In 1, Bernard, Mount Kelly. 2, Lachlan Blisley, Altrincham. 3, Leon Taylor, Shiverers. 4 is Louis Thorne, City of Bristol. 5, James Bodie, Geary. 6, George Brooks, City of Leeds. 7, Ewan Weir, Dundee City. 8, Jensen Owen, City of Sheffield. And in lane 9, Hugh Mason Williams of City of Birmingham. James Bodie of Geary leads the way after 50 metres, 28.73, just 2/100ths of Louis Thorne, 1 lane closer to us from Bristol, and it was Thorne that had the better turn. He's now come up with the advantage, also going well. In lane number 2 is Beasley of Altrincham down this butterfly, and then right at the top, Mason Williams. The City of Birmingham having a good butterfly leg too. Right at the bottom in 0, Ross of Glasgow going strongly. And it is Thorne from Bodie, from Mason Williams. As we move on to the backstroke leg. Already making his way through the field now, Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow, down in lane 0. And also having a good backstroke here, it's Jensen Owen of Sheffield up there 1 lane from the top. Thorne goes over first, Owen over second. It was Owen at the fastest 50 split there off that backstroke, 37 flat for the man from Sheffield. He's really cutting in to the advantage of Louis Thorne. Still going well in the outside lanes. It's Ross in 0 and Mason Williams in 9. And it is Jensen Owen who just manages to sneak the touch at the halfway stage. 2:16.69 for him. 2:16.90 for Louis Thorne, and James Bodie of Geary in 3rd at the turn, the halfway point. 200 metres down, 200 metres to go. The long breaststroke of Owen at the top of the pool, but going well right at the top. Mason Williams having a great breaststroke leg here. He's carrying the most speed through at the moment. With each glide, he claws back distance, and it will be Gregor Ross that sneaks the touch at the turn. 2:59.92 for him. Mason Williams in fourth according to the scoreboard by a very slight margin. Keep an eye on this breaststroke leg. At the moment, the two outside lanes are leading the way. Thorne's still going well in the centre. Coming through now, Bodie in lane 5. But it's bottom of the screen, Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow, that leads with 100 metres to go. Mason Williams right at the top, just put in a breaststroke split of 40.38. Almost a second quicker than Gregor Ross. So we made up that deficit. That angle makes it tricky, but it does look like Hugh Mason Williams up the top in lane 9 now has taken the lead. We'll know now as he hits the turn, and it is indeed Mason Williams. 4:14.98 ahead of Ross. 4:16.70 with James Bodie now in lane 5, still in third, but with different people, different order. There is your race leader. Mason Williams looks like he's done enough to win this heat. Coming through very strongly in lane 5 is James Bodie of Geary. But Gregor Ross holds on for second position in that one. As we just see Lachlan Beasley finishing up there. There is your heat winner, Hugh Mason Williams, 15-year-old from Birmingham, 4:47.35. Came in with a 4:53. So good swimming from him. There are your official results. Your start list for heat number 4, the men's 400 metres individual medley. In lane 0, it's Archie Dandy, City of Leicester. In 1, Thomas Traynor, East Kilbride. In 2, Edward Ormsby, City of Cambridge. In 3, Connor Hartley, City of Salford. In 4, Dominic Simpson, Nuneaton and Bedworth. In 5, it's Zach Troman, Team Ipswich. In 6, William Hicklin, City of Leeds. In 7, Regan Gallagher, Taunton Dean. In 8, William Viney, City of Birmingham. And in lane 9, Hayden Annan, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Leading the way, it's Viney in 8 of Birmingham, 28.42 for him. Just 1/100th ahead of Gallagher. 1 lane closer to us. Going well in lane number 4, it is Dominic Simpson of Nuneaton and Bedworth. Very tight at the front here. As we come towards the end of the butterfly, to turn on to the backstroke. It's all going to come down to timing, and it is, according to the scoreboard, Dominic Simpson, lane 4, but it did look like Zach Troman in 5 went into the wall first. But there you can see they're pretty much neck and neck. Having a good backstroke. At the top of the pool is Hayden Annan. They do really bunch up here. A lot closer than we've seen in the previous heats. Going well right at the bottom, Archie Dandy, City of Leicester. He turns first, 1:39.61. It's the quickest in the field down that 50 backstroke, the only swimmer to go under 37 seconds. As they all come in a line behind him in lanes 4, 5 and 6. That's Simpson, Truman and Hicklin. Also at the top, still going well, is Annan of Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. But your halfway, your midpoint race leader is Archie Dandy, City of Leicester, down in 0. Again, another 36.2 for that second 50 of the backstroke. And this one again under the 37 mark. So the backstroke gave Dandy a good advantage as we move on to the breaststroke. And we watch the charge come. Going well in 5 is Zach Troman. Also going well in 8, William Viney, City of Birmingham. Strong breaststroke in lane 2 from Edward Ormsby. And it's still going well is Dandy down at the bottom, but the breaststrokers are coming through. Connor Hartley of City of Salford in 3, trying to make his way back into this one. Dandy right at the bottom there, holding on the challenge, but the challenge is coming from Zach Troman in 5. And Ormsby in 2. Done very well on this breaststroke, but it will be Troman in 5 that turns onto the freestyle first. Ormsby did indeed have a good breaststroke, as did Regan Gallagher in lane number 7. And it's put him in a good position as we go through 25 meters of this final 100. Working hard in 5 is Troman. At the top now, it will be Troman that turns first, but at the top of the pool in 7 and 8, Regan Gallagher and William Viney going well. The moment it is those 3 out in front. Coming through in lane 3, it is City of Salford's Connor Hartley. He's had a good freestyle leg here, but it won't be enough. Zach Troman takes that one, 4:45.82. Came in with a time of 4:50. Good swim from him. Regan Gallagher getting the second place touch, with William Viney getting the third place touch. Connor Hartley was fast on that last 50, 31.99, fastest split of the field. But there is your heat winner, Zach Troman. They are your official results of heat number 4. Here is your start list for heat 5 of the men's 400 meters individual medley. In 0, it's Thomas Belt of Plymouth Leander. In 1, Fraser Tetlow of Geary. In 2, Daniel Ransom, City of Leeds. In 3, Samuel Pyfinch, Maxwell. In 4, Archie Neves, City of Leicester. In 5, Jake Chesworth, Maxwell. In 6, James Chodson, Newcastle Swim Team. In 7, Findlay Cordall, Repton Swimming. In lane 8, Oliver Caddick, Chase. And in lane 9, it's Oliver Dennis of Plymouth Leander. 5-inch of Maxwell turns first after 50 metres, 28.15 for him, ahead of his teammate Jake Chesworth, 28.59. And right at the top, Oliver Dennis of Plymouth Leander, turned in third after 50. But he's already being caught, but out in front still in lane 3, Samuel Pyfinch. Had a good 200 metres butterfly yesterday. And he touches first 1 minute .93 his split. 1:02.67 from his teammate Chesworth. With Oliver Caddick third after the butterfly. 1:03.16 just ahead of Oliver Dennis, 1 lane up from him. And they are stroke for stroke on this backstroke at the moment, as Dennis looks to be carrying some speed right at the top of the pool. Also having a good backstroke in lane 1 from Geary, it is Tetlow. But it'll be Pyfinch that goes over first. Chesworth had a good turn there. Pyfinch still your race leader. At the moment, the closest challenger with a slither of a lead is Oliver Dennis, right at the top of the shot. As we come in to the back to breast turn. 200 metres gone, 200 metres to go. Pyfinch still in the lead just from Dennis. Move on to the breaststroke. Daniel Ransom having a good breaststroke for the lead swimmer in the yellow hat in lane 2, just 3 lanes up from the bottom. He's coming through the field nicely down this 50. But it will be at the turn Oliver Caddick leading the way. Quickest breaststroke split in that one did go to Jake Chesworth. He makes his way back through the field. Still going well though, 4 leads, it is Ransom. Not quite caught Oliver Caddick yet. Caddick having a good swim here from lane 8. Bit more spread out now this field after the breaststroke. Still a lot to play for on the freestyle leg. And it is Caddick over first, Ransom second. Archie Neves in lane 4 came through well on that breaststroke. The split 41.76. Fraser Tetlow, another good split for the man from Geary. As we move on to the freestyle. And right at the top in lane 8, Oliver Caddick still with the lead. But look here now in those centre lanes, 4 and 5. Neves and Chesworth making progress. Caddick turns 4:15.74, less than a quarter of a second ahead of Neves, with Chesworth in hot pursuit. And Pyfinch still in this. Now it is Neves that hits the front. Chesworth working hard. The freestylers coming back at Oliver Caddick. This Archie Neves that takes that one, 4:47.30. Jake Chesworth 4:48.14 and Samuel Pyfinch 4:48.68. James Hodgson there just bringing them home, 5:01.09. There is your official result of heat number 5. And here is your start list for heat 6. lane 0, it's Jamie Gray, Plymouth Leander. In 1, Amos Starkey, Gloucester City. In 2, Fergus Thompson, Mount Kelly. In 3, Luke Poulton, Wickham District. In 4, Gabriel Shepherd, City of Leeds. In 5, Tom Hawkins, Rolton Bridge Wells Monson. In 6, Luke Stevens, City of Leicester. In 7, Ben McLaughlin, Geary. In 8, Pat Robinson, Team Ipswich. And in 9, it's Nathan Lockett, City of Salford. It's Poulton that turns first after 50 metres, 27.58 for him, ahead of Stevens in lane 6 and Hawkins in 5. There you can see that green hat of Wickham's Luke Poulton. Leading the way, also going well down in lane number 1 is Amos Starkey of Gloucester City. And one that right at the bottom in lane 0, Jamie Gray, having a good butterfly here too. But at the turn, the first 100, it is Luke Poulton, 101.74. The scoreboard has gone very wrong. We've got 2 number 1s, but not on the same time. And there's your man Luke Stevens, who actually sneaked the touch, 101.32. But having a great backstroke down at the bottom, it is Jamie Gray. Lane 0, difficult to see. There he is. And he goes into the midpoint on the backstroke. First, 137.57. Fergus Thompson of Mount Kelly also having a good backstroke leg. He's in lane 2, cutting through the field. He comes now level with our early race leader, Poulton. But at the bottom, it will be Jamie Gray of Plymouth Leander that leads at the halfway point as we go into the back to breast turn. Next over, it's Thompson and then Poulton. Already though, Thompson and Poulton pushing each other on the breaststroke, trying to reel in Jamie Gray of Plymouth Leander in lane 0 as they come up level with him. Also going well in lane 6, it's Luke Stevens, City of Leicester. He's having a good breaststroke. And it will be Poulton back in the lead. Jamie Gray actually did just hold on a 9/100th of a second. But it was Poulton that carried in most of the speed to that turn. And it is now Poulton that leads the way. Thompson level with Gray, just edging ahead. As we go into the final stroke switch, breaststroke to freestyle, it will be Luke Poulton who led down the first 50. He leads at the 300 metre mark, 3:36.06, ahead of Fergus Thompson. And Jamie Gray in 3rd position. Luke Stevens' breaststroke got him into 4th there. As we now hit the freestyle. Luke Poulton coming into the final turn here. He turns first, 4:10.20. Fergus Thompson was a whole second quicker down that 50 than Poulton. He'll need to do the same again and a bit more if he wants to catch him. Charge coming at the top of the pool. In lane 7, going well. Ben McLaughlin of Geary. He's come through very strongly, and that really close touch. Luke Poulton just holding on, 4:43.16, 4:43.25 for Fergus Thompson, and it was Ben McLaughlin with that fast finish. 29.23 his split. No one else went under 31. There are the official results of heat number 6. Here is your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, it's Daniel Fielder, Gloucester City. In 1, Oliver Greaves of Wrexham. In 2, Santino Del Real, Chelsea and Westminster. In 3, James Abulenthia, City of Birmingham. In 4, Oliver Jones of Poole. In 5, James Burnett, Warren de Bards. In 6, Ethan Potter, City of Sheffield. In 7, Felix Brockdorf, Guildford City. In 8 is Benjamin Fox Wiltshire, City of Cardiff. And in 9, Samuel Cook of Corby. And it is Cook of Corby that leads after 50, 28.80. And right to the other side of the pool, Daniel Fielder touched in second there. The two outside lanes going well down that first 50 of Butterfly, but now that advantage has mostly been eaten up, and coming through well in lanes 2 and 3. It is De Real and Abulenthia as we go into the Butterfly's backstroke turn. And it is Abulenthia from De Real with Oliver Jones of Poole touching in 3rd position there. Now we're on to the backstroke. All very controlled on this backstroke at the moment, but going well in lane 5, looking like they're on a bit of a charge, is James Burnett of Warren de Bards. And right at the top of the picture, Samuel Cook of Corby leads the way. We go into the turn, it is Cook. 139.21. Good backstroke split from him there. 35.92 down that first 50 of the backstroke. Next to touch the wall was De Real, and then Burnett in lane 5. So the race spreading out across the pool a little more. In lane 8, Fox Wiltshire of Cardiff having a good backstroke. It's brought him into contention. As we go to the midpoint, turn after 200 metres, it will be lane number 9, Samuel Cook. Another 35 point for that backstroke. 2:14.91. He turns at the midway point, ahead of James Burnett. And Benjamin Fox Wiltshire did indeed move into 3rd position. Fox Wiltshire there having a good breaststroke as he overhauls Samuel Cook, but also going well on the breaststroke in the middle of the pool is Oliver Jones and James Burnett. And going well one lane closer to us, that hat of Birmingham for James Abulenthia. Oliver Jones now in lane 4 that has the advantage. 2:55.96 for him. 2:56.26 for Fox Wiltshire. 38.94 was split for that breaststroke for Jones, but 48.13 for Abulenthia. So the swimmer from Birmingham, his breaststroke is looking very strong, and it's bringing him through nicely. He's now pulled away from Burnett of Warrender in 5. As we go on to the final 100 metres, Oliver Jones leads the way. He had a great breaststroke leg there. Fox Wiltshire in second at that turn from Abulenthia. And now they're on to the freestyler away. Abulenthia kicking hard. Going well in lane 1, Oliver Greaves on this freestyle. But Oliver Jones looking strong for pool in lane 4. Fox Wiltshire back into 2nd position with Abulenthia in 3rd. got a 3-second cushion from James Burnett. Will that be enough? Oliver Jones with clear water. He's going to take this heat. Benjamin Fox-Wiltshire looks like he's done enough for second, and despite some late charges, it will be James Abernethy that finishes in third in this one. Abernethy in the 17 years age group. Oliver Jones and Benjamin Fox-Wiltshire, both 18. There are your official results of heat number 7. Oliver Jones entered the time of 4:45. No wonder he's smiling with that 4:39. Here is your start list for heat number 8. In 0, it's Rico Bridgman, South Links Competitive Swimming Club. In 1, Joshua Robinson, Northumberland Durham Performance. In 2, Tristan Lee, City of Cardiff. In 3, Joseph Ashley, Warrington Warriors. 4, Elliot Sibley, Nova Centurion. In 5, it's Samuel Grimes, Wigan Best. In 6, Davy Owen, City of Manchester. In 7, Mark Milburn, in Enfield. In 8, it's Raheel Mahmood of Romford Town. And in lane 9, it's Lawrence Elliott of Seagull Swimming. Davy Unwin of City of Manchester Aquatics leads by 2 100ths at that first turn from Samuel Grimes. 1 lane closer to us. But going well in 8, it is Mahmood of Romford Town. He now is right up there with Unwin, carrying good speed. It's going to come down to the touch after this first 100, and it is Unwin that leads ever so slightly. We're on to the backstroke. Going well. In 5, Samuel Grimes. He's having a strong backstroke here. Also going well on this backstroke. 1 lane between Unwin and Mahmood is Mark Milburn of Enfield. But it is Mahmood that leads the way. Milburn did have a quick split there, 36.5. Fastest of the field. But Mahmood of Romford Town, 1 lane from the top, looking good at the moment. Nobody really coming through now. Samuel Grimes having a strong backstroke leg as well. As we hit the 200-meter mark, Mahmood leads from Samuel Grimes, from Mark Milburn. With Davy Owen down into 4th. We go on to the breaststroke. We watch as this unfolds. Going well in lane number 3, Joseph Ashley of Warrington Warriors, looking strong on this breaststroke leg. Good powerful glide as he eats into the advantage of the swimmers in front of him. Go very quickly indeed down here. He'll touch just behind Raheel Mahmood. Joseph Ashley almost a second quicker than anyone else on that breaststroke. Mark Milburn now moving ahead of Mahmood. But at the front of the pack it is the Warrington Warriors swimmer, Joseph Ashley. Mark Milburn's had a very good middle 200 metres of this 400 metres individual medley as we head into the final stroke switch. It did look like it was Milburn that went over first. He's got a very slender lead over Ashley, but as I say that, Ashley starts to move him in, and watch out for Mahmood at the top, coming back strongly on this freestyle. It will be Ashley that goes over first. Milburn just ahead of Mahmood. Davy Unwin trying to fight back for City of Manchester Aquatics. It's all very tight now at the front. 4 swimmers in a line. Davy Unwin seems to be carrying the most speed, but Mahmood fighting hard. It really is going to come down to the touch, and it does look like Raheel Mahmood gets that one. 4:43.01 from Davy Unwin, with Joseph Ashley after that superb breaststroke coming in 3rd position. Joseph Ashley, the youngest in that race, in the 15 years age group. Once again, these athletes will be organised into their age group finals for the results, and then progress through to the finals, hopefully. Raheel Mahmood, your race winner in the 16 years age group there. He won that race, so we would hope to be back tonight for the final. There are your official results of heat number 8. Still a few heats to go, so those results won't have sorted themselves out just yet. We have to wait till the end of all heats to get the age group finals. This is your start list for heat number 9. In lane 0, Finlay Pope, Stockport Metro. In 1, Andrew Jones, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 2, Nathan Wells, West Norfolk Swimming Club. In 3, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. In 4, Hubert Gladnich, Mount Kelly. In 5, Finney Davis, Midlothian. In 6, Matthew Rogers of Bromley. In 7, James Robinson, City of Leeds. In 8, Luke McGee, Northumberland and Durham Performance. And in lane 9, it's James Froggatt, City of Birmingham. Andrew Jones in lane 1 leads after 50 metres. He gets the touch at that after that first length of fly. Going well now. Down at the bottom with him, it's Nathan Wells in 2. He's starting to move through the field. Danich in Mount Kelly in 4. Close at the touch there, just 4 100s in it from Jones in lane 1 and Wells in 2. Luke McGee at the top of the pool, sneaking into the 3rd place touch after 100 metres. But now we are on to the backstroke. Going ahead, it is Nathan Wells of West Norfolk Swimming Club. He leads at the moment, out on his own. He'll go into this turn first, closely followed by Andrew Jones. Just over half a second separating those two, with Danich Mount Kelly in 3rd. Luke McGee still holding on to that 4th position. Going well in lane 3, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. As we come into the back to breaststroke turn, it will be Nathan Wells that leads at the halfway point. 2:10.40 from 2:12.74 of Danich came through to touch ahead of Andrew Jones at 200-meter mark, and now we're on to the breaststroke, and Danich of Mount Kelly looking strong. But a long glide on that breaststroke, but he's gaining with every stroke. Also going well at the top of the pool. Froggatt, City of Birmingham in lane 9 there, right at the top. And in lane 6 with that powerful breaststroke, Matthew Rogers of Bromley. So Wells leads from Nanich, from Jones. It's all very, very close now on this breaststroke. Nanich looks like he has hit the front. Up there in lane 6, still having a good breaststroke leg. It is Matthew Rogers. It's brought him right back into this. As we go into the final 100 meters, Danich does touch first, just ahead of Rogers. 37.46 was Rogers' split down that second 50 of the breaststroke. No one else under 39 seconds. Put him right back into it. Now it's all about the freestyle. Danich kicking hard. Still in a battle, Jones and Wells in 1 and 2. At the moment, the advantage with Wells. Right at the top, once again, on the charge is Froggatt. Danich, 4:02.42, turns to head for home. So it's good, almost a 3-second lead over Matthew Rogers. Froggatt coming back at Rogers with every stroke. Now Jones has come back at Wells. There's a battle down there in 1 and 2. They've had that battle the whole way through, but it will be Hubert Danich of Mount Kelly that takes the heat, 4:32.97. And James Froggatt, he did indeed finish very quickly, 4:37.07. From Matthew Rogers, but the quickest closing 50 actually came from Luke McGee, the 1500-meter freestyle champion. Here are your official results of heat number 9 of the men's 400 meters individual medley.
Let's go, finish!
We now move on to heat number 10. In 0 for Swansea University is Patrick Braddock. In 1 for Plymouth Leander is Finn Brockhoven. In 2 for Loughborough University, Charles Kershaw. In 3, City of Leeds, it's Charlie Broome. In 4 for Thanet Swim Club, it's Oliver Pope. In 5 for University of Stirling, it's Donald Bissett. In 6 for Ealing, it's John Britton. In 7 for University of Bath, it's David Miller. In 8 for Borough of Kirklees, it's Luke Clegg, and in lane 9 for York City Baths, it's Simon Robson. Turning first for City of Leeds, it's Broome from lane 3. He's ahead of Braddock down in lane 0. So those two out in front at the moment. Coming back with every stroke. Kershaw of Loughborough Uni, 1 lane closer to us than Charlie Broome. And at the 100-meter mark, it's Patrick Braddock of Swansea that leads from Charlie Broome, from Charles Kershaw. So on to the backstroke. There is Charlie Broome leading the way down this backstroke leg. Going well there in lane 6. John Britton revealing he's having a good backstroke. Right at the top, Simon Robson also having a good backstroke. It's Charlie Broome now from Charles Kershaw, who's overtaken Patrick Braddock down that backstroke leg. Lead swimmer with about a body length advantage over the rest of the field, but coming through well is backstroker Finn Broekhoven of Plymouth Leander in lane 1. He's now level with Oliver Pope of Thanet Swim Club. So it will be Broom from Broekhoven, from Pope. They are your front three at 200 metre mark. Now we're on to the breaststroke. And things could change here. Charles Kershaw signaling his intent, looking powerful down this first length of the breaststroke. Still going well there at the top is Simon Robson in that orange hat of York City Baths. Kershaw though, the Loughborough swimmer in lane 2, carrying good speed down this breaststroke. He now hits the front. He turned 2:49.76. His breaststroke split 36.98. The only swimmer to go under 37 mark on that 50. He now leads the way from John Britton in 6 for Ealing. Also coming through in 5 is Bissett of Stirling. On this breaststroke, Charlie Broom has lost a bit of ground. So they go over onto the final 100. Bissett looks like he's got a slender advantage here over Kershaw. The charge, now that they're onto the freestyle, come in. Charlie Broom working his way back in to fold. Good battle going on between Miller in 7 and Robson in 9. Britain goes over first. From Kershaw. And John Britton of Ealing swam this very well indeed. Here comes Charlie Broom. He won't catch John Britton. He's just going to run out of pool to catch Charles Kershaw. 4:31.20 for Britain. Kershaw 4:33.49 and 33.87 for Charlie Broom. Finished with a 29.56, fastest split of the field. There are your official results of heat number 10. There is your start list for heat 11 of the men's 400 metres individual medley. In lane 0, it's Cameron Rapson, City of Birmingham. In 1, Llewellyn Porter, Camden Swiss Cottage. 2, Jay Manners, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 3, Vadim Bosk, Mount Kelly. In 4, Ben Harrison, Loughborough University. In 5, Piers Greening, University of Stirling. In 6, Isaac Dodds, University of Bath. In 7, Viridian Arch, City of Cardiff. In 8, is Oscar Barlow, University of Bath. And in lane 9, Thomas Wilkinson of City of Sheffield. Bosk leads the way down the first 50, though the scoreboard says 21.97. Pretty sure he didn't do that, otherwise he'd be in Japan, not here. So as we go down the second 50 of the fly, looking good, it is Piers Greening in lane 5 of Stirling. And now that we are on to the backstroke, it is Stirling Greening that leads the way. One lane up from him, also going well, is Dodds of Bath. And stroke for stroke in 3 and 4, it's Bosk and Harrison. Going well at the top for Sheffield, Thomas Wilkinson. 2 17-year-olds in the outside lanes, Cameron Rapson in 0, Thomas Wilkinson in lane 9. Bruce Greening still leading the way. Looking comfortable down this backstroke. Good swim there from Isaac Dodds in lane 6 as well for Bath. We go over onto the breaststroke. It will be Greening from Dodds. Good pull out for Ben Harrison. There is Pierce Greening. He leads for now down the breaststroke. Buddy and Bosk making progress down this breaststroke leg. Still plenty to do in this one. Pierce Greening holding on to the lead. Bosk going well though now in second position. The 3 swimmers in lanes 3, 4 and 5 starting to move away from Isaac Dodds of Bath. That blue hat in lane 6. 1 lane up from Dodds. Arch is having a good breaststroke here for Cardiff, as is Wilkinson at the top of the pool. And it's still Pierce Greening leading the way, 3-2, 3:25.15 for him. Now Bosk is in a clear second, but for how long? As Ben Harrison in that middle lane between those 2 swimmers looks to try and make his way through on this freestyle. Isaac Dodds working hard as well to try and get back on terms. And it is Pierce Greening over first, 3:57.13. Over a 2-second lead from Ben Harrison, who's got 2 seconds over Isaac Dodds, who managed to turn in 3rd position. So that freestyle going well. No, he didn't. This scoreboard is not working, people. So as we come into the finish, it will be Pierce Greening of University of Stirling who led and controlled that race very well indeed. He's 2 seconds ahead of Ben Harrison, with Bosk coming through to finish in 3rd place in that heat. They are your official results of heat number 11. In lane 0, it's James Sevchenko of the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 1, Elijah Kendrick, Swansea University. 2 is Tom Robinson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3, Andrew Bertoli, University of Stirling. In 4, Angus Allison, University of Stirling. In 5, Edward Muscle Whittles, Chelsea and Westminster. In 6, Matthew Woodhall, City of Sheffield. In 7, David Annis, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 8, Balin Ashton, City of Liverpool. And in 9, it's Daniel Jackson, Borough of Kirklees. Leading the way down that butterfly leg. In lane 3, it's Andrew Bertoli of University of Stirling. But now they all kind of bunch behind him. As as we enter the final 15 meters of the fly, it is still Bertoli leading the way. Bertoli over first, 59.49. As we head on to the backstroke, going well in lane 7. It is David Annis of the Royal Wolverhampton School. And coming back in that red hat, City of Sheffield in 6. It's Woodall having a good backstroke here, as is Addison of Stirling in 4. As he comes up shoulder to shoulder with his teammate, but it is Annis that goes over first, 134.85. 34.50 was his split down that backstroke, the fastest in the field. Now they line up. Bertoli still in this. Also going well down in lane 1, Kendrick of Swansea University. There's 5 swimmers more or less in a line as we hit the halfway point. The touch. Goes to Annis in lane 7. Well, now in 5, it's Marcel Whittles of Chelsea and Westminster. He's having a good breaststroke here. Shoulder to shoulder with Annis as they go into this breaststroke turn. At the man in lane 5, Marcel Whittles hits the front, 2:47.30 for him. Annis in second with Angus Allison in third at that point. Bertoli having a good breaststroke leg here. Him and his teammate Angus Allison shoulder to shoulder down this breaststroke. But it's Edward Marcel Whittles that has made the gains on the breaststroke as we turn onto the final 100 meters. It will be Marcel Whittles that leads the way from Annis, from the 2 men from Stirling. Bertoli and Allison, stroke for stroke. Annis looks now just to be overhauling Marcel Whittles as he returns to the front of the race. 31.85 was his split compared to Marcel Whittles' 33.8. Bertoli and Allison 33.81 and 33.87. They really are stroke for stroke. Also coming back into this now is Woodall in 6 of Sheffield. He's coming through very strongly. That red hat in the middle of those 2 blue hats that you can see. And they're literally all in the line. They need to swim through this to get the touch. And it will go to Matthew Woodall, who finished very well indeed. City of Sheffield swimmer. He takes that one ahead of David Annis. And then Edward Marcel Whittles in 3rd position. Allison just touching ahead of Bertoli by 1/100th of a second. There is the official result of heat number 12. That concludes the 400 meters individual medley heats for men, and the finalists will be sorted into their relevant age groups. We now move back down to the other end of the pool for the last event of the morning, of this heat session anyway. The men's multi-class 50 meters breaststroke. There is one heat. So in lane number 4 is Lyndon Longhorn of Northumberland Durham Performance, and then in 5 it's Harvey Phillips of Louth Dolphins. Both of these swimmers swim in the SB3 category. They're about as closely matched in terms of impairment that you can get. Lyndon Longhorn, 28 years old, Harvey Phillips, 19. Longhorn is the British record holder at 57.94. They both, as I said, in the SB3 category, so you'll get points at the end, but the points won't matter because it is a head-to-head. Youngster Phillips going well, but it's Longhorn that leads the way. The world record in this one belongs to Roman Zdanov of Russia, 46.49. They won't be looking to challenge that, but it gives you a bit of a reference in terms of the points. And Longhorn will stop the clock. 514 points, 58.02 for him, 101.37 for Harvey Phillips. Inside his entry time of 102.60, so he'll be happy with that. They should both be back for the final this evening. Those results are now official. Well, that concludes the action for this first session of heats here on day 4. Thank you for joining us. We will be back for more racing. It's the women's 4x100 freestyle teams. That's the relays at 12:30. So we'll see you back here at 12:30. Thanks for joining us.
Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.
Half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey!